It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few like any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let it. 98. Watch 98. 98 from Mike. Here we go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Give him 30 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jacobs takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come. Go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
1st down, Jaguars.
Ready. Watch 98 to Mike. Squish, double.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the gun on third down is Rosen. He is going to find Hill here. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22. And he's going to go down again.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 21-0 our score after 1. Now Rosen on 1st down. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a carry for Jacobs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Yeah, let's get set.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Minshew throwing on third down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Minshew, first and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me.
And he's into the clear. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 78 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
take over
Get ready,
first
get
and
ready,
10
get ready.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jacobs now. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down.
Board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That
pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Rosen will throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. In for the score. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rosen. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 73 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That one complete. He finds Shark. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On play action, Rosen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action here with Rosen. It's Hill, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Jacobs. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Minshew. Buying time to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Trying to get 1 more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the gun, Minshew to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. He's at the 30, 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark. An even 90 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll look to throw on 1st down to Josh Rosen. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They run it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Middle. What do you got?
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. He's going to air one out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Fournette, a 1st down carry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Safarian Jenkins has it. That one goes for 24 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
44. Run that. 44. Hey, Zoo. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Football's the mic.
Now Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Rosen to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Lamb. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a...
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Zerline now for the PAT. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans.
Here we go. 180! 58, right there. What's this done?
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now he'll pull it down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. On first down, Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 28-yard line.
Ready!
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Vic now going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Demir Bird, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Wentz now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz got his man, Robbie Anderson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On second and 11 now. Wentz, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On third and long, it's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Vic. He's going to rifle one deep left, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Damiere Byrd with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons have taken the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Texans 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Wentz. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson.
Complete to Bobby Anderson. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
Now Wentz again. Open man is Anderson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Wentz now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Wentz now to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullet good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Vick readies to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Check. Fresh down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. They'll go with Hill here on first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here we go. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Vick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
He may try and run for... Now Vick stripped. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights. SOS. Hey, 57. Watch safety creep.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Check 41.
Third and long for Vick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Throwing on second down. Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They're able to locate Wilson. That one good for 24 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red, blue.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Vick. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Vick now from the 50. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Vick. Flush to his right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And this is caught inside the 5. Give them 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Vic to throw it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon as his guys have now moved out in front. Bullet good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and inches, Vic steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick escaping the pressure right. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And it's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Corey Graham, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Wentz. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And Adams has it complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wentz on 3rd down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Oh, incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. from 4 yards out. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Wentz. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at FedEx Field. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. And if they can hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. That'll be complete to Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Yeah, they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 12-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think